Check it out. It's your boy Synphany right here on my new podcast, Synphany Mix. And I got a special guest, Mr. Anthony Bowman. AJ, what do you go by, sir?
Andre Bowman, Skrilladraay, on all social media platforms.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So listen, we got a producer right here talking with me on my podcast.
Sir.
And he's a student here at Livingstone College. But I definitely just wanted to tap in and ask a few questions about being a young producer coming up in 2022 after the pandemic. Like, it's crazy, but
right.
Some of the stuff that I was doing for production literally can't happen nowadays. Like, the pandemic was crazy, 2020. It's 2022. We feel like we moved past it, but I don't really see everybody acting like we passed it. So, I guess we're not. I don't know. I'll leave that to the CDC, whatever, whoever it be. Yeah, I guess we are. People still getting sick.
Exactly. So. still cases coming up positive as we speak.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm trying not to be one. Right. I mean, I'm trying to be positive in the community, but not positive COVID.
Right.
So basically, I just want to ask you a few questions. Like, one, coming up in the production era that we have now. Right. I know you use loops and you use Logic Pro, right?
Yes.
See, that's different for me. Like, I didn't use Logic Pro making beats. I know some people probably did, whatever. I'm acting like I'm old. Like back in my day, we
still young.
I try.
Still young.
But just you using Logic Pro and you using loops. Like, how does that equate? Do you have people looking down on you like, oh, you're not a real producer, or tell me about it?
I mean, well, I think just that every 5 to 10 years the landscape of music always changes.
Right.
So what one demographic of people used before may not be the same thing that we use now. So,
definitely.
So when I started making beats, loops was introduced to me as like just a method to help speed up your workflow. And I, it was kind of strange to me. I'm like, well, it's the melody already there. I don't gotta make the melody. It's like, no, just make the beat, put the right beat, put it in the right BPM and get it going. But a good melody is half the battle.
Right.
Every producer knows that.
Definitely.
Like, you can have a fire melody, but the drums is trash.
I love drums.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Nobody is even tuning in with you.
I feel you.
Is terrible.
I used to hurry up and try to make beats so I can get to the drums. Like, I know this is gonna sound fire as soon as I lay my drums on
Exactly.
it. But the crazy part is, like, back in my day, I was actually making the loops. Like, I was like making loops, and I didn't know I was making loops, but I was making the little section. Then I'm like, I'm gonna use that and loop it again and again. And I'm like, dang, really? Nowadays it's the same thing. It's just I was making those. So like, you being a producer, you're a young guy. Do you see music changing? Like, right now, like from when you started, do you see music like, oh yeah, next year it's gonna be?
Yeah,
really?
I think not so much from the production side, just like how, like, sonically what it sounded like. Like, I remember when I first started making beats, I was real big into like Pierre Bourne,
and
like Jetson Made.
Yeah,
I just like and like Young Nudie really put me on that trip,
right?
That sonic trip to take me there, because I think I heard EA. And the song is minor, C minor if I'm not mistaken, but it just started off dark, and then it came back out like bright, and then the beat dropped. But then what stuck out to me was the drums and how bouncy they was.
Right.
And then maybe a year and a half later, everybody as in the masses get introduced to the Baby, and Jetson, and that was literally almost the same, the same type bounce, just replicated with a new 808. The Z808.
Man, so like back in the day, we used to use the MPCs to get the drums, really popping and all that stuff. And I know we had a session in the studio, and you was trying to type something on your keyboard, and the keys was gone because you was just banging the actual typing keys.
Right.
But that's dope though. That showed me like you was really like in there banging.
In there.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So like now, I'm definitely, just in case y'all don't know, AJ is going to be one of my new signees for Synphanymedia as a producer. So, as we work in the studio, how is it like actually being around some like equipment, drum machines and stuff like that? Do you feel like you need to grab onto that, learn them? Are you like, nah, I'm good with what I'm doing?
When the thought first came on my mind that I wanted to make beats, that's exactly what I had envisioned in my mind.
Wow.
A room full of MPCs.
Yeah.
and not so much where like what producing looks like now, but how it was, you know,
right.
Like sitting at a motif.
That was the dream for me too.
You know,
that's crazy.
That's how I seen it.
Right.
That's how I seen Ryan Leslie make a beat. That's how I seen Kanye make a beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I seen Swiss make a beat. That's how I seen.
So you want to get back to that? You want to get in that room? I
mean, because that having that skill set, it could never diminish.
Right. They still using the instruments that they had back in the day. Like I am a beat machine instrument hoarder. Like I keep all my beat machines and everything. Like matter of fact, my son went home to Tennessee, spent some time with my mother, and so he's like, look what grandma gave me. And it was one of my old beat machines. I'm like, nah, that's mine. It's mine. You can't have that. And I literally like took it from him. Like, no, he's not.
Oh man.
And I'm like, Mom, why would you give him my old beat machine? Oh, you had that one. I'm like, well, thank God you gave it to him, because if you gave it to somebody else, I'd have been hurt.
It'd have been a wrap.
Like, but you know, I keep all my stuff just because when I was, you know, growing up, like I seen that vision of that room with all the instruments, and you know, I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to surround myself. So, you know, I definitely want to, you know, just congratulate you on, you know, doing your thing, like with the beats. Like you came to my office and was like, hey, listen, you know, I make some beats, I'm listening. I'm like, yo, dope. Like, yeah, we gotta work. You know what I mean? And then we can go from there. But I definitely like want to welcome you to the team.
Thank you so much.
Synphanymedia. Like, you know, I just want everybody to start tapping in. Tell us how they can reach you on your Instagram.
Y'all can reach me on Instagram at Skrilladraay, SKIRLLADRAAY. I think on Instagram I said on what's the other platform?
You got TikTok?
Nah, I'm not on TikTok. Somebody gotta put me on TikTok.
You got TikTok. Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter at Jamel LaFlare, JamelLaflare, Jamel LaFlare. You can find me on there as well. But I think Instagram is the most best place to reach me.
That's what's up. We gonna reach you everywhere. We want all y'all to tap in. You know, shoot them a message like, yo, if you want to hear some more beats, whatever, get at them, because we definitely got some projects we working on right now. So there's gonna be more from Synphanymedia, from us. We definitely gonna, you know, put some stuff out there. Shout out to Cool Man the Great. We definitely gonna do some stuff. But I got one more question. So you play instruments, correct?
Yes, sir.
What do you play?
I play drums proficiently. Like play drums. Play drums.
Hit them drums.
I gotta say that because you know a lot of people say I play drums and
they just boom pat.
It's not hitting on nothing. Like I play drums. I can play a little keys, but it's most certainly drums that I can sing as well.
That's what's up.
I can definitely sing as well. I started playing drums. I'm gonna say when I was maybe 4 or 5. I'm from Rochester, New York. Grew up in the church playing. My grandmother is a pastor. Yeah. So I was raised in her church. My mom is a minister.
I know about all that. And my parents are pastors, and I played the drums in the church. Then I became the sound man when my brother was old enough to take over the drums.
Exactly.
You know, and then when my cousin came home from college, he kicked us all off the drums.
Jeez.
So, you know.
Yeah. Like my whole musical experience, it's just been like from one facet to the next. Like as in me playing drums, I always knew I wanted to take the next step to production. I just didn't know what was the right way to do it. And I think it was like maybe I left school for a moment. I want to say in 2019. I was home working for a year, and I woke up one day and I heard, no cap, I heard the Jetson Maid song, and I looked at an interview. He was talking about his come up, him making beats. He said, you know, like I never looked back. I went to go buy my MacBook, and I never looked back.
Yeah.
And that day, the thought was already lingering, and that day was like, go get your MacBook. I spent $600, got paid, spent $600. I never looked back. I made $600 plus since I bought the MacBook.
Yeah, see, that's the story, man. You just got to go after your goals and go get them. Like, and don't look back. I mean, that's good.
Nothing comes to a dreamer but a dream, you know. And
man,
like I said, this is what I want to do. And I remember, I told my friends, I was like, I'm gonna start making beats. Like for real. And like at first the beats was trash, but, you know, but like people who really in tune with you, they can hear the potential. So like even though they was trash, but people saying, oh, it was good, it's good. That's what kept me going. You know, so I'm like, I'm gonna keep going. And then like, you know, I think like last summer I was chilling with one of my bros, and he was like, he said, you know, the crazy thing about it, like you didn't stop. Like you kept it going.
Right.
Like, you know how people be like, I'm gonna start a car business.
Right.
I'm gonna start doing hair. I'm gonna be a chef.
And then they stop.
Then you stop. You know, like
going.
The question is, what hindered you? You started well, but what hindered you?
There you go.
I just think I didn't let it do that.
Right.
I went through a lot within the time span of starting, and then we at right here. But you know, the main goal was the main goal,
right?
And it was
I applaud you. I applaud you on that. Like, I want you to tell me a little bit about how it is to be a college student at an HBCU and being a producer. Because I mean, we all know HBCU's got a bunch of rappers.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's a bunch of rappers. It's a bunch of rappers, but like I think you know, it's like, you know, trying to juggle anything else if I was an athlete or you know, if I did something else. I think the hardest part is like the time management,
right?
Because you know, if you cool and you a little bit somewhat of being social, you know, everybody gonna cling to you and want to do stuff, but then you gotta set time and be like, nah, today I'm gonna make beats.
Right. That's what's up, man. Look, my door's open. You can come to my office anytime, because my office is a studio, you know, the radio station, whatever. But yeah, we right here at Livingstone College Podcast Cafe, you know, something near and dear to my heart. So I just want to say, you know, congratulations, thank you, and we got more. So listen, stay tuned for the next episode of Synphany Mix right here with Synphany and AJ Bowman.
You already know.
Let's go.